Welcome to Trading Lounge and the gold report for Monday, September the 13th. Not a lot to report. Everything's pretty much going on track, but we still don't have enough evidence either way to swing us from the irregular flat ABC pattern for wave 4 or the descending triangle A, B, C, D and E coming in here for wave 4. Let's have a look at the triangle first today, and it simply looks like this here. So wave A, B, C, D, A, B, C, and then an A and a B and a C for the D wave. And we're looking for the A wave to the B wave here. We're also looking for 3 waves within that structure as well, as you know. So we're looking at it like this here. So an A wave, a B wave and a C wave are into play this point, and also just on the 2-hour chart. Now I know that we can count this little move down through here in 2 different ways, so I want to do that. So in this case here, we're just looking for wave 5 to come down, which will come down into group 2 here, find support, and then we'll have the B wave at that point. So that's kind of one way to look at it. The other way is already having the B wave in place here, and we'll look at that when we look at the other. So I don't know which one is correct at this point. There's a case for both of them, but still it doesn't really matter that much. What we're really looking for is this move down through here in 5 waves, which could be through here. But if it comes down to this level, well then of course we'll put the wave B here and we'll work it from that way. But just before we go on this, I just want to have a look at GDX. So this is the monthly chart for GDX, and you know, it hasn't really, it's really just represents gold stocks like ABX and so on, you know. So it's hard to actually, I mean, apart from this spike here, if we can look at this as 5 waves here, right? So we can look at this as being corrective here. Because we made a new low here, technically one would look at it like, well, wave A or wave 1 here, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave down here. But I don't think that's the right way to count it as such. I mean, because it spiked, I kind of just forget about it to a point and look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then 5 up here. That's how I'd look at it. Now anyway, whichever way you want to look at it, this move up through here, we can look at it we can look at that as wave 1 and 2. We can look at that as wave 1 and 2 pulling back here. We can't really look at it as wave 4 because it's pulling back too far, and we can definitely see that it's going to be coming down lower at this point. My question is, will it come lower still? Because there's a good case for this being here as an ABC pattern here for this, and once we move down below or if we move below this level here, the 61.8%, well then that will become valid. And the thing about that is that because that's in 3 waves, then it'll take out that low here, so it'll end up much further down. And so that's a good showing of what can happen to gold stocks as well. So it's really all got to do with this last move down through here. So if we go from the monthly to the daily, we'll just peg that out a bit for us. So if from, this is the daily chart, from the top here, if we were looking down at wave, just being conservative, it could be wave 1 and back for B here, and then down for C. So for down for C here, we'd want it to come down to around the $25 mark in this case for GDX, because that would be the 50-60% retracement level. We would need to look at the top here as this move coming down through here as wave 1 and back for wave 2, and then wave 1 and wave 2 here, and then 3, 4 and 5 for the 3rd wave, the 4th wave and the 5th wave. Now we may be able to squash all of this up here and make it, you know, a bit look a little bit better and so on. and see if we can get it to fit in the 50-60%, you know, the 61.8% retracement level. So yeah, so basically looking at this, we'll be looking at more of a bearish move. Now, will it stop at this particular point and move up from there, or continue to move down from that point? That's something that we need to have a look at. But look, just going back to the monthly chart here, there's a good case for it to be bearish just based off this 3-wave move here. So just letting you know that. And yeah, like I said, we could look at it from the low here as wave 1 to the upside here and coming back for wave 2. But we'll just see how this travels down here. We'll see if we get 3 waves at that point. Just wanted to point out that, first of all, wanted to point out that GDX has further to move down, and also just to take a look at the bigger picture as well, because at that $25 mark there, if that becomes the retested resistance, or I can see the pattern from that second high here coming down to the 25 there, if I count 5 waves in that, and then I get a move under those 5 waves, that's going to open up a can of worms for it to come down lower at that point. Obviously, we'd need to see the things like the US dollar index sitting above 93 as support and 95 and all that sort of stuff, and that's all possible as well. So yeah, coming back to, this is our triangle pattern here for this, so an A and a B and a C wave to come into play for this, and on the expanded flat correction, which is also possible, I think that we should just give them equal weight until we know what's what. In this case, we count 5 waves up for wave 1 instead of wave A, and then an ABC here for wave 2. So it's still coming, it's still the same pattern as the triangle, that's the thing. And even moving up here will be part of the triangle as well. It's only when we come up here in 5 waves up here somewhere, when we get 5 waves to where that triangle can be, then anything past that would be bullish at that point. That's the only way I would know at this stage. So yeah, let's just move in here a bit closer. So the 4-hour chart. So we've got most of this playing out here. So there's a couple of things here. We can put we could put wave A down here, and we still got to get wave B at that point. The other point here is that we could put wave A over here, because it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then the B wave that hasn't really rallied to its 61.8%, that can go there. And then in this case here, we would come down here, we'd still need to work further into this space here. So we've either got that, or we've got that, and then we come down to that point. That's what I'm not sure about. I don't know if the hourly can give us... It's just the other count for the hourly, but that's not sort of helping us that much on the 100 ticks. So yeah, there's different ways to count this. If I count it here as 1 and 2 in green, and 3 in green, and 4 in green, and 5 in green, in this case we could look at this as the A, B, C for the A wave, the A, B, C for the B wave, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in here, and going up for 5 for the B wave. But we haven't really rallied to where we wanted to be, but still, that's not the end of the world either. So we just got to look at this here. So far here, I mean, I could put, you know, with all of this here, I could put the A wave up here, the B wave here, because it's in 3 waves at this point, and have the C wave up here for the B wave up here. So that's all possible as well. So there's different ways that I can view all of this. So I'm not quite sure. We'll know soon. This move down through here, I need to take the center. I have to take the center one here as wave C, because from here I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless I look at all of that as the A, the B, and the C to that point, that's possible. Then I've got an extra leg here anyway, But I was looking from here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, bit high on the 4, but that would leave us wave 2 here. Bit hard to cramp that up there as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the overlap here. And this is still unfolding here to the downside. So yeah, I'm still not quite sure if we've actually, you know, moved back to, if we've got the B wave in place. We've either got the B wave here or we've got the B wave over here. It doesn't kind of matter too much for the time being. You know, if, like I said, if this moves up there and then moves down, that's fine. Or if this just continues to move on down through here, then that's fine as well. We did have a count before where we've got the wave A sitting over here. So that's also a possibility, but it doesn't really matter. Basically, the story is that we have 5 waves one way or another in this first leg here. So after a correction, we're going to have another 5. So if we're down here, then however we get down here, if it's from here and we go down, well, then we'll be counting the 5 waves in this sequence, right? If we spin and go back up, well, then we'll count the 5 waves in this one. It doesn't matter. We're not shorting it. We're just observing it, allowing it to play out. We can look from B to C here. We could look to trade that. How far it will get us, as I mentioned before, we don't know if it's wave D up here or we're going for wave 3 and continuing to power through all of that. We don't know that yet. So yeah, it's just going to be time. That's all. There's nothing to get the timing right. We just have to be patient. That's all. So we'll have a quick look at silver. So I'll just stay on the 1 hour chart because we've been there a little bit. So we can look at it in different ways as well. We could look at it from wave 4 here. We could look at it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to this point, and then look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 here, an A and a B and a C back for wave 2, and then but we'd need to see the market push up from that point. If it fails to push up from here and then it finds the 2350 as the retested resistance, well, then obviously we're going to be going down at that point, and then we need to count 5 waves down here in line with gold, and then I'll rearrange this here for this. I was just a little bit hopeful that that we could push up from here, and we still may, but we may end up having a deeper low. Let's just see what we've got. We're not interested in trading this again unless something sticks out at us that we can grab hold of. Otherwise, the 25 as the support in the bigger picture would certainly send us to the upside, send silver to the upside at least. But with gold heading down, well, then there's a good chance that we can move further down as well. It does appear like there's a little 5 waves developing through here. So the 2350 as a retested resistance would let you know that we would need to look at this wave B here in 2 and this one over here in 1, and we'll be coming deeper down at that point. So anyway, let's just allow this to play out. Yeah, like I said, if you're going to short it, you would need the 2350 as the retested resistance, and then look to add to the position with 23 as the resistance as well. Yeah, alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Cheers.